Hi everybody, so today we're going to be talking about line symmetry, and we're going to be taking a look at some figures where we are going to be determining how many lines of symmetry they have and if they are symmetrical. So first I want to go over what that means exactly. What is line symmetry? So line symmetry really is an imaginary line on a shape which the shape can be folded so that its two parts match exactly. I often think of when I often think of symmetry, I picture a butterfly because I know that it looks identical on both sides. And if it was to be folded in half, both of the sides will meet. And that shows symmetry. That means the shape is symmetrical. Although polygons and other figures may have more than one line of symmetry. So let's get started and take a look at that. So just to kind of remind you guys, a shape has line symmetry if it can be folded along a line of symmetry like that imaginary line so that the two parts match exactly. So we're going to take a look at some figures here and kind of determine whether they have lines of symmetry or not. So let's take a look here. So you see here the word Hollywood. It's a big sign that you can actually go find out in California. Maybe you've seen it in movies or TV shows, but we're gonna take a look at all of these different letters. So we're gonna try to determine which letters in Hollywood have line symmetry. So as we get started, let's start with the letter Y. And let's start thinking, if we were to fold it going horizontally across, would the two sides match? So that would be, if they do match, that would show one horizontal line. But do both sides seem like they match? Since both sides are not the same, they need to match exactly, that is not a line of symmetry. But you can always test different lines of symmetry. You can test them going horizontally, vertically, which is up and down, or even diagonally. As you see here with the diagonal line of symmetry, it's not symmetrical, so that is also not a line of symmetry. Sometimes figures can be symmetrical only one way, but let's try one last one. Vertically, up and down on the letter Y does show a line of symmetry. Do you see how both sides match exactly? That's the key here. When you're asked, can you identify a line of symmetry? What you're looking for if both sides match exactly. So, as you see with the letter Y, we did test really 3 different lines of symmetry, but only actually found one. Vertically showed lines of symmetry, horizontally did not, and neither did diagonal. So the letter Y only has one line of symmetry. Let's look back at the word Hollywood with the other letters. Do any of the other letters show lines of symmetry? Yes, the letter H you can fold vertically because both sides match. How about the letter O? Yes, it does. It shows it can be folded horizontally and vertically, so that's showing 2 lines of symmetry. What about the letter L? L does not have any lines of symmetry because the parts would not match if you folded them any which way. What about the letter W? Do you see how both sides match exactly? Lastly, let's look at letter D. What do you guys think? Can you fold it to show a line of symmetry? You can fold it in half vertically, horizontally, meaning the top and the bottom will match exactly. But you also can see by the letter D, one side is curved and one side is straight. So that should already tell you those don't match. They don't look exactly. So can you start thinking of maybe some clues about lines of symmetry or how you know if a figure is symmetrical? Does the letter F have line symmetry? What do you need to do to find out if a letter or a figure has line symmetry? Right, you need to see if both sides match. So let's take a look at the letter F. vertically does not have matching sides. So that, what if we did it horizontally? Nope, not matching. What if we were to do it another way? Horizontally, vertically, no, but if we try diagonal, the shapes on each side of the symmetry line do not match, so they are not symmetrical. Let's take a look at these polygons here. And a line, I want to remind you guys that a line of symmetry divides a shape into two parts that are the same size and same shape on each side. So they're kind of like a mirror image. It's exactly the same, and if you were to fold it in half, they line up exactly. So I want you guys to focus on the lines of symmetry that you see in these shapes. And I want you to think about, are the dashed lines or the lines of symmetry represented on these polygons, are they showing lines of symmetry? Do each sides match up? Let's take a look. This first polygon here, it's showing the line of symmetry going right down the center, and it's showing it vertically. And if you look, both sides match up completely. So yes, that is showing a line of symmetry. Let's take a look at the next one. Does this show a line of symmetry? The sides all look the same, but there's something special that I noticed here. Look at the corners. This corner seems to kind of go up like it's on a slant. So if I was to fold that, these corners would not meet or not match. So that means it is not a line of symmetry, or that this dashed line does not show a line of symmetry. What about here in this shape? Take a look. If the lines, I'm kind of looking here, if I was to fold it, it seems like the bottom corners go out more than the top. So those also would not match if I folded. Although this next one looks like it's showing a line of symmetry. Could you put another line somewhere? You could probably fold it right down the center. This doesn't show a line of symmetry. We would have to move this blue symmetry line somewhere else. Down the middle? I think so. And lastly, the circle definitely shows lines of symmetry.